Hi, everybody. Let's fix that. There we go. All right. Friday, Lunch and Live, 11:45. It's like the 13th, I think, of September, 2019. I think that sounds right. I always get confused. Hey, Cheryl, thanks for joining. Hey, Marinelli, you guys are so awesome. Thank you for being here every week. I really appreciate it so much that you take time out of your day to be here and support my little 10 minutes here to share with the world some good and correct and helpful information. So thanks for being part of that world who takes that good, helpful, correct information. So in the news, giant stuff has been happening. I will never be able to touch all of them at one time, but what do we know about grief? Grief is the feelings that brew up that are totally normal and natural to feel when something changes on us. We have enormous feelings that can build up, even small ones build up over time. And that's called grief, okay? Normal and natural reaction you have to loss or change, or that your kids have to loss or change. Normal and natural, it's called grief, and we need to know what to do with it. Big, small, it doesn't matter. We need to know what to do with it. Small cuts, big wounds, we need to know what to do with it, right? So we've got the minister who completed suicide, Pastor, Jared Wilson. We've got Dorian. There's like devastation, destruction, touching so many people, right? And so I have like five simple steps that of things to do and not do to get us through really horribly grieving times. So here's the thing. Dorian, you may not know anyone connected to that situation. You may not have ever been to that place. You may have never seen it, nothing, but you can still have feelings bubble up. This pastor, I don't know this pastor, but I can only imagine the wake of despair that has been left behind in his absence or leading up to it and not really knowing what to do. And now he's died. Like, even if I don't know these people or have been to these places or have a direct connection or even an indirect connection, I have an emotional connection, and it's my emotions that I can actually work with, whether I knew the people or not, or I'm connected to the situation or not. And you have it too. You have feelings bubble up about situations that you don't have a direct, I know that person, or I have been there several times type of connection. Grief just bubbles up. We don't always get to choose it. But when something in the world changes, or we see people hurting because their world's changed, it hurts us. We have grief build up for that. And so here's some things. If you're talking to someone who is hurting, they're going through something, they're not feeling good, whether they're connected to Dorian, Pastor Jared Wilson, or any other type of grieving situation, if somebody's coming to you with their heart and their emotions, there's some stuff we need to do, and certainly some stuff we need to not do. And I don't care what age the person is. If you're talking about kids or spouses or just romantic partners, you need connection. Is that right? Connection is what feels like love. It's what love is, and it's just part of being human. We have to have connection with human relationships, and we can have our pets too, but there is a sense of loneliness if you have zero humans in your life and only pets. We need some human connection, and there's a way to do connection, and there's a whole lot of stuff that's going to break connection. So this is essential stuff to know. I teach parents how to help their kids and stay connected or get reconnected all the time with the Sheriff's Department, the VITA program. This is a class I teach in my office. It doesn't matter. And reconnecting to ourself, because we can be so disconnected, functioning and performing for everyone else, that we've lost connection with ourselves. This is about connection. That's what this class is about. So the first thing is when you're talking with someone on the phone, you're talking with someone in the line at the grocery store, at school, at work, in your home, it doesn't matter. The first thing is awareness. You gotta be aware, this sounds like grief for them, right? You've got to be aware that they're communicating something to you, a feeling, because something in their life has changed. You don't need to know exactly what the feeling is. You just need to know, okay, they're not feeling good. Awareness. Get out of your bubble thinking that everything's fine because it's fine for you. Maybe it isn't for them. So awareness is the first thing. The second thing is to adopt, this is a grief recovery thing. We call it a heart with ears. Adopt the image. Think of it. A heart with ears, not a heart pumping heart, but the image of a heart, which symbolizes care and love and connection, right? So a heart with ears, 2 ears. no mouth. That means you're going to use your heart to listen. Using your head to listen is messy. That means you're hearing the facts and the details and all that stuff. Bleh, get rid of that. You're going to become a heart with ears. You're just going to care and listen. You're listening. You're not talking. You're listening with your 2 ears. You're not talking. You're not touching. Don't interrupt. Don't clarify. Don't ask details. Nothing. You are literally just listening. But you need to listen. If you just listen stone-faced, well, the person can feel like you're not listening. So you need to listen with your body. Let your body speak loud. Things like this. Hey, Donna. Things like this that show that you're tracking. Do you see how if somebody said, oh, my dog died. Oh no. My body needs to speak. My mouth needs to be silent. Sitting stone-faced and I'm just listening. I'm just taking it in does not feel like listening to the person who's speaking. So don't talk, touch, interrupt, or ask questions, but listen with your body. Speak with your body, that you're tracking what they're saying, that you can recognize, oh, you failed your quiz. Oh, that stinks, right? We know that. So give them that loud, I hear you, but with your body language. Keep your mouth silent, okay? So awareness, be a heart with ears. The third thing to do when you're talking with someone, because like I said, the world's always got something going on, you have to be able to do this quickly. And it takes practice. I'll show you how to do it in person, but you got to practice it no matter what. So emotion. Okay, so they just shared with you that they had a test today. Okay, so they had a test today. I'm not really sure what that means with my heart. What emotion are they trying to tell me? So I'm going to go in with what was it like? And then based on their response, I'm going to hear whether it felt good or it didn't feel good. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know why, what the actual score was, what did they actually get on their quiz or on their test, or what did their friend actually say, because all of that is jumping into analysis. We don't want to analyze why someone's hurting. We just need to recognize that they are hurting. Going back up to awareness. So number 1, be aware that what they're telling you is heavy and hurts them. Number 2, be a heart with ears, just listen. Keep your mouth closed, but speak with your body language. Hey, Gabs. Number 3 is listen for the emotion. Okay, did it feel good or did it not feel good? And if it didn't feel good, did you feel lost? This is a question I'm going to say out loud. Did you feel lost? Did you feel let down? Did you feel embarrassed? Did you feel abandoned or afraid? I'm just going to do one of those at a time. We don't want to pepper them with questions. But so when they say, simple, I'm using such a small example of I had a test today. Okay, so what did it feel like? Did it feel good or not so good? Not so good. Oh, darn it. Did you just feel embarrassed? Are you feeling disappointed? Based on what they say, I know what kind of question to ask. That just tells them that I did hear you. I heard you with my body, and now this is my one time to speak at number 3. Did you feel embarrassed? Or just disappointed? Yeah, okay. So that tells them I heard what you said on the emotional level. We're so practiced at hearing the intellectual level, and that's not going to help you or anyone else with recovery or connection. Connection is built, and you are going to meet me where I am. So we've got to learn to listen with our heart. That was step number 3. Step number 4 is be quiet. You could say something like, yeah, I could see why that was hurtful. Would you like a hug? Be quiet. Give a hug if you don't know what to do with yourself. I usually ask first, though, because not everyone wants a hug. And then number 5 is care. Oh, I'm just hurting so much. You're talking to someone, who's connected to Jared Wilson. Care. Oh my gosh, my heart is just breaking for you. Do you have any ideas how I could be helpful? They may say no, because if they're really, really hurting, they may not be able to sort through and say, yes, this is what I need from you. It often doesn't happen that way. So I go simply with, do you have any ideas how I could be helpful? And they don't know. So I say, okay, so how about some meals? Can I be helpful with coordinating some meals? Or diapers. can I bring by some diapers? I'd like to bring by some diapers. I'd like to bring by some milk. I'd like to bring by some eggs. I'd like to just bring some tissue. Have you been able to get out to refill the toilet paper? Do you see what I'm saying? Just go very specific. So number 1, awareness. Be aware that they're telling you something. So be quiet, which is step number 2. Step number 2 is be a heart with ears. Just listen and try to sort through, okay, is it feeling good for them or is it not feeling good for them? So simple. It's a 50-50 chance. If you thought they were saying it felt great and you were wrong, great, now you know. You don't need to know details. Don't interrupt when you're being that heart with ears. Don't talk, touch, interrupt, ask questions, clarify, nothing. Just listen. You're looking for light or heavy, okay? Number 3 is, okay, am I hearing that you feel like kind of scared, kind of embarrassed, just kind of let down, neglected, abandoned? Think of what did you just hear and ask them, is that what I heard? And they're going to be like, yes or no. Number 4 is be quiet again. Just listen to them and what they said, and don't speak because I have a thing for you. And then hug if they want to hug. Care is step number 5. I'm just so devastated. I feel helpless. I don't know what to do. Can I bring diapers for you guys? Find a way to be helpful, but they have the right to say no. Because remember, you're not a fixer. So here's the thing. I want you to avoid some things. Hope you have your pin out. Record this. Send it to your friends. I hope you have your pin out. You've got to remember this. Avoid fixing. Grievers need to be heard. They just need to know someone hears that they're hurting. They need that. They may have additional needs, but they need that first and biggest and loudest. Grievers do not need to be fixed. There is no magical silver lining thing that you could say that's going to magically make them feel better. People call me, what do I say? I just don't want them to hurt. There's nothing you could say. There's no magical red button worth of words that's going to stop their pain. So it requires you to do your grief work so you can feel comfortable with someone else's pain. That's step number 1, to be honest. Okay, avoid fixing them. None of that, you need to, well, you should try, well, why don't you try, why don't you do? Fixing, not good. Don't go into, well, I would, or, I usually. Great, good for you. Don't go into the fixing them, you need to, you should. Avoid going into a me story, well, I usually, or well, I would, or what I would do. Don't point them to the silver lining. This is only minimal. This is one day. This isn't going to last forever. You'll find your way through this. That's really great of what I might do one day. But let's see. Donna, this is asking, do you want to be in the video? Is that true? Do you want to be in the video? Give me a thumbs up if you want to be in the video and I'll join you in. But I want to freak you out if it was an accident. Give me a thumbs up, Donna, if you want to be in. Silver lining. One day it's going to be better. You'll get through this. But I'm not currently through it. So all of those silver lining statements, those funny, they sound really smart and really kind statements, be quiet. Don't use them. Avoid them like the plague. Look to the positive, look to the joy. Don't analyze. Well, why would you be feeling that? Well, what would that come from? I wonder what that's connected to. I wonder, don't advise them. Your advice, by the way, be quiet. Be quiet. You don't need to be fixing people. You don't need advice. You don't need advice. Grievers, you need to be heard. You're not looking for advice. You're looking to be heard. And if you're looking to be heard and you really do need ideas, then you're going to clearly say, do you have any ideas for this? Yeah, I do have some things for you to consider. That's the only time. Don't jump into analysis. Don't jump into advising. Don't jump into judgments or fixes. You need to. All of that stuff is sent out and felt as criticism and judgment. Well, I would. It's felt is, Gabby, be quiet. I know, right? Just be quiet, but speak with your body. All of that is speaking. So speak with your body, not your mouth. Until it's time to show that you care. feel so sad or helpless or confused. I don't really know what to do. I want to help, but I don't know what to do. That shows that you care. That shows that you heard that whatever they're feeling is heavy for them and not feeling good. But don't jump into the fixes. Don't use any of those intellectual comments. You just need faith right now. You just, oh, you're so spiritual. Oh, you're so faithful. Oh, you're so whatever. Oh, you're hurting. You must not have enough faith. You must not be spiritual enough. Or, oh, you're so strong. Or, oh, you just need more strength. All of those are imparting judgment and criticism. Plus, it's robbing someone's dignity of being human. Humans are allowed to hurt. They're going to hurt. They can't avoid it. So telling them that they're being so faithful is saying, hide it. I don't want to see that your sadness or your hurt or your sorrow because, well, that's not what faithful people do. But if you see them hurting and you say you just need to have faith, again, you're telling them don't be human because we don't have space for that. There's no time for that. That's a lack of love for God. Like, that has nothing to do with the other. Guys, it's telling me I need to go pick up my daughter. So that's what we have for today. Those 5 steps. I hope you wrote them down. If not, catch it on the replay. I'll put it on YouTube also. You have some things to avoid. Avoid like the plague. Run far and fast and wide. And if somebody's using them to you, just smile and say thank you. I just really needed to be heard at this time. Tell your emotional truth. Or if they use them to you, say thank you very much. Here's the number to my friend who's a grief recovery specialist, and she can help you be a better listener because that was crap. Okay, maybe you don't want to say that, but you might want to think about it. I don't know. Help you be a better listener, help them be a better listener, and give us room to grieve, y'all. It's part of our humanness. I love you all. Thanks for joining. Happy Friday, or maybe it's not a happy Friday, but I still love you, and maybe we'll get to work together. I do have a 2-day class, still some seats available, starting tomorrow. Today's the last day to register, so classes tomorrow and Sunday. Got one in October. Send me your email, get signed up and registered. I love you all. Talk to you next time.